Green out of the coin K. Batman Mike here, doing an interview to the gold mine, the jewelry store downtown Sharon. We will talk about gold and silver and more. Let's go in to talk to the owner.
Here we are in Sharon PA at the gold mine store.
Uh, uh, so Mark, Mark is the owner of the gold mine downtown Sharon. How you doing?
122 East State Street, Sharon PA. 16146.
So, we will. Why do you want to start your own jewelry store?
Well, about 33 years ago, it started with a good friend of mine. We started selling jewelry on like a Tupperware party type basis. We did like kind of home shows, things like that. We did real well with it, and then we decided to open up a storefront. Back then, gold was much cheaper than it is today. Gold was back then about $400 an ounce, and now it's over $1,800 today. Makes it a little bit harder to sell gold jewelry. Back then it was so much easier because gold was cheaper. People were able to afford, chains and rings, bracelets, things like that. So obviously the business has changed, in the course of 32 years.
What happened when the C word hit?
Well, we were actually doing very well. I mean, it seemed like the economy was really starting to boom a little bit. I had some of the better, one of the better years I've had in quite a few, and we were steady all the way through, mid-March until we had to shut down. We had to shut down because of government mandates for 2 months. Once we opened back up, we continued again. We started to get really, really busy again. And obviously, people had a little bit of extra money because of the stimulus checks, things like that, so they were buying a lot of jewelry again. And, we did quite well. Obviously, when you have change in political leadership in a country, you also see changes. And since we've had the new political takeover in the country, I mean, you see what's going on, inflation, gas prices, so it's hard to sell jewelry right now when, no one can afford to drive around in their car, no one can, pay for gas prices and pay for the rising food prices and things like that, so it's a little bit tougher to try and sell luxury item like a piece of jewelry.
So, what type of jewelry you buy or sell?
So we sell mainly 10 karat, 14 karat gold jewelry, diamond rings, engagement rings, fashion rings. We also sell silver jewelry, chains, pendants, rings, things like that. But we also do a lot of buying. So we buy, jewelry off of the streets, off of customers. Customers have items that they no longer need. We will buy them off of them. So if you have, scrap jewelry that you don't wear anymore, pieces you don't like, 10 karat, 14 karat, 18 karat, sterling silver, we buy all those pieces. And, with the way the gold market is very high right now, I mean, you're going to get a good return on it. Like some of the things that I tell customers, if you had this jewelry item for over 20 years, you probably paid at $400 gold prices. Now gold's at $1,800, so there's some cases where you can have a piece of jewelry for 20 years, pay for it back then, and sell it now and get more money than what you paid for it. So it's just some of the, some of the favorable things that work for a customer here, that if you do have old jewelry, old gold, you can cash it in and, get some good money for it right now. But it's very tough to buy. Gold is so high on the retail end, so you'll be paying an awful lot more than what you would have per se, 30 years ago when I opened up. And one other thing, the course of the time that I've been open in the late 90s and early 2000, I mean, gold was under $300 an ounce. So we sold a lot of jewelry back then because everybody can afford it. Everybody had big gold chains, bracelets, rings, things like that. So, things do change, and they change with the, obviously with the gold prices on the market.
All right. What to look in? Tell some tips to look for the real gold and fake silver and go between.
So people have to be kind of cautious of what is out there. So we have to take a look at, on the piece of jewelry, like for example, I have a ring here. Like on the inside of the ring is stamped 14 karat, and it would have a trademark on it. So a trademark means it has a company that's standing behind that 14 karat gold signature. And there are times that you don't have trademarks, and sometimes it may not be a genuine piece. So we look for that. That's also on gold chains. We look for markings on the clasp area, and it'll say 14 karat, and it'll have trademarks. So there are some pieces that are gold plated, not gold, that will maybe say GE, like 14 karat GE, or GF means gold plated, gold filled, or HGE, hydro gold electroplated. So things like that we can't buy because they're not a precious metal. They're just like gold plating over top of a base metal. So the same with sterling silver. A lot of silver jewelry is marked 925, and that means sterling silver, so it's 92% purity. So we buy that, but with the way silver is on the market right now, silver is only roughly $22 an ounce, where gold is over $1,800 an ounce. So you don't pay anywhere near silver jewelry prices what you do for gold. So, but those are some of the things we look for. Everybody just has to be cautious with their jewelry. You want to look out for people that are trying to sell things late at night, at truck stops, gas stations. There's a lot of that going on where people are trying to pass off bad jewelry, for a few dollars. 99% of the time it's fake. Just be cautious out there what you see. So those are some of the tips. We also buy coins too, U.S. coins. Any type of U.S. minted coin, dimes, quarters, halves, dollars from 1964 and older, tend to have silver content in them. So, those add up and give you some value.
And he had a repair guy right in.
Yeah, we do in-store jewelry repairs. We have a jeweler on premises 2 or 3 days a week. He's been a jeweler for over 40 years experience. We do everything here on the store: ring sizing, chain solderings, diamond setting, all that stuff. We do it all right here in the store. Same day service.
What you guys pay for gold from the customer?
Well, it depends. You have different variations of gold. You have, the higher gold content stuff, which comes like from over in the Middle East, which could be 21, 22 karat gold, 18 karat gold you usually see from Italy, things like that. We've always used 14 karat here in the States, now 10 karat. So the higher the number, gold is based on 24 karat. So that's purity. When you see a number like 18 karat, that means it's 75% purity. 14 karat is 58% purity. 10 karat is 41% purity. So the higher the gold content, the more money you would get to sell your jewelry. And prices will range anywhere from maybe $15 per gram up to 40 some dollars per gram, depending on the purity of the gold. Silver's a little bit different because silver's so low on the market. On average, you'd have to have roughly an ounce of silver to maybe even get anywhere from $12 to $15. That would be an ounce of sterling silver. So.
I worked for Mark for a couple of years to do their errands.
Yeah, Mike does our maintenance and big help with all of our coins. Mike's very knowledgeable with coins and the customers. So, thank you, Mike, for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks
for
for
the interview.
Come on my show.
All right.
Oh, sign out from the Coin Cave. Batman Mike here. See you same time, same channel, Batman time.